Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome replay viewers. We are at the Long Island Railroad Mastic-Shirley station here on the east end of Long Island, awaiting the arrival of the holiday afternoon Montauk to Jamaica train 8705. Which will be carrying folks back to New York City from the holiday on the east end of Long Island in the Hamptons. Everybody got out here on a Friday night and Saturday morning, I'm sure, and quite a few of you may have seen the Cannonball video from Friday night carrying people eastbound. Well, now the Monday afternoon trains are taking folks back to New York City. 8705 is due at Mastic-Shirley at 2:47. However, it may be running about 5 to 10 minutes late, most likely due to the high volume of people traveling from the East End. So hopefully we'll see it within the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to go down to the east end of the platform. Mastic-Shirley is a 4-car platform here in single-track diesel territory of the Long Island Railroad. So what they normally do with this train, which will probably have at least 8 passenger cars, possibly 10. They will platform the first 4 cars, and so it's incumbent upon anyone who's getting off here at Mastic-Shirley to make sure they're up on the forward 4 cars or make their way there. I'm sure this will be a packed train this afternoon. 8705 runs on holiday weekends and all weekends. But now, this being the holiday weekend, it runs on the Monday on the holiday. And it makes all East End local stops after leaving Montauk. That is, it stops at Amagansett, East Hampton, Bridgehampton, Southampton, Hampton Bays, West Hampton, and Spionk, which is in the town of Southampton. Then it makes its way here to Mastic, which is in the town of Brookhaven, Mastic-Shirley. And it will also make a stop at Bellport, the next station to the west of us, which is a 1-car platform. And then it'll make a stop in Patchogue. And after Patchogue, it'll run express to Jamaica. So we'll see how it looks when it gets here to Mastic-Shirley as far as the passenger load. I mentioned we're in single-track diesel territory here on Long Island, but you see 2 tracks up ahead there. That's a bypass siding here at Mastic-Shirley. They call it the JJD interlocking, and this allows for eastbound and westbound train meets at this location. For instance, if there were an eastbound train coming around this time, they'd probably shuttle it off over onto the bypass siding to allow the westbound train to pass. Now that may happen later on this afternoon. There's a second westbound train leaving Southampton, another hour and a half, and about the time it gets to Mastic-Shirley, there's an eastbound train to Spionk from Jamaica. So most likely they will put the eastbound train to to Speonk, which will be a shorter train, onto the bypass siding here to allow the westbound train to pass. They have regular scheduled meets here at Mastic-Shirley at the JJD interlocking during various times of the day. I should be able to pick up the headlights of the lead locomotive as it approaches the Mastic Road crossing in Mastic, which is about 1.5 miles or so east of us. There's a few people waiting to board the train here at Mastic-Shirley. This is a very busy station in its own right. The crossing here is William Floyd Parkway, runs north and south from the North Shore, Route 25A, all the way down to Smith Point County Park. And through the crossing here, it's a 6-lane road. So it's one of the busiest railroad crossings on the Long Island Railroad system.
There are more seats available towards the middle of the train.
All right, I hope you picked up that cookbook announcement. The woman's voice said that the train will be here within 10 minutes, and there are seating available toward the middle of the train. That means the first 4 cars are going to be somewhat packed, and the last group of cars. But we will see how many coaches there are. This is probably operating with 2 EMD DM30 AC dual mode locomotives. That's usually what they operate these weekend and holiday trains with. And a minimum of 8 Kawasaki C3 bi-level passenger cars. The Kawasaki bi-level passenger cars can seat approximately 160 passengers per car. They have 2x2 seating with a center aisle on the upper level and the lower level. And then each end of the car is what we call the vestibule level, just a single level of seating plus the conductor's cab. I hope I can see some of the comments here, but I'm unfortunately working right into the glare of this afternoon sun. So if you're with me, bear with me, please, if I don't recognize you right away, but just enjoy the video portion of this. Mastic-Shirley is about 62 miles or 100 kilometers east of Midtown Manhattan, New York City. So we're about halfway out Long Island toward Montauk Point. Now there's a comment there, but the glare of the sun is ruining it for me. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can get into the shade here for a minute. All right. 7 minutes the announcement is making now. 7 minutes. So that would make the train 5, 10, 15, 17 minutes late to this stop. It was due here at 2:47. And again, when we see a lateness like that, that usually means that they have a high load factor on the east end. There'll be another 4 or 5 westbound Montauk to New York trains the remainder of the day, plus 1 or 2 more from Spionk back to the city. So most of the travel now will be of people going back to New York, back up the island. Beautiful day today on the east end. It's in the 80s right now here in our area of Mastic and Shirley. Why the name Mastic-Shirley, you say? Well, the original Long Island Railroad station was located in the community of Mastic, a mile and a half east of us. And then around 1959, 1960 time frame, Shirley really started to blossom as a community population-wise, and the developer of this area donated this particular land to the railroad for a new station here, more higher capacity station here at Shirley. But of course, tradition then played a part in it, and they wanted to keep the name of the original Mastic station, so it became Mastic-Shirley Station. 4 minutes. All right, let's walk up to the east end of the platform here, and we'll get a good view of the train arriving at Mastic-Shirley and departing. Again, folks, I apologize. I cannot read the comments. Failing eyesight of an 82-year-old man, and also the glare of the sun on my iPhone screen. And as my late great mother-in-law used to say, one excuse is as good as another, but those are the excuses I'm using right now. Okay, I see the headlights of the lead locomotive approaching the Mastic Road crossing in Mastic. So we'll set up here and watch this train approach. And I'm not going to get fancy with trying to zoom or anything like that. We'll just keep it where it is right now. He'll approach at a pretty good speed. On the straightaways out here in diesel territory, they, I believe, are speed limited to 65 mile an hour on the straightaways. In Nassau County, when he travels through Nassau, if he takes the Babylon branch, he can take the train up to 79. Clear signal. All right, again, this is Montauk to Jamaica train, weekend and holiday train 8705. It's about to the city. All right, DM30 AC 513. Four.
Mastic-Shirley once again.
5, 6, 7, 8. Looks like nine C3s if I have my count correct. And from what I can see looking through the windows here of the C3s, it's a packed train. So the last 5 cars do not platform here, just the first 4 cars. All right, and that was a quick stop today. The next stop is Bellport, followed by Patchogue, and then express to Jamaica. And DM30 AC 518 in trail. So there we have it, folks. 8705 Monday holiday train taking weekend visitors back to New York and points west from the East End. And I hope they had a good Memorial Day weekend here. Just for something for the future. This train after the 4th of July weekend, I am sure will be at least 10 cars, if not 12. We'll probably have a maximum amount of people traveling here that weekend. We'll see. All right, thank you very much for joining me. I'm sorry I wasn't able to make responses to comments. And we're going to say goodbye to everybody right now and see you, folks.